Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Hey. Episode two.
Episode 2. I had a good idea for the name of this podcast.
Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Jumping right into it.
Yeah, for sure.
This is Nick, and that's Mo.
Hi, I'm Mo. And I have ideas.
Horror movie pod.
I got ideas about things. I was thinking we could call it maybe Zombies Ate My Podcast.
Zombies Ate My Podcast. Yeah, I like it.
I'm not a huge zombie person these days either.
No, it's not even. It's, yeah, it's okay.
All right, fine.
We'll run it in the
drawing board. Yeah.
The old tuber.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. So last week I requested you watch a movie, and you requested I watch a movie,
and I didn't watch the movie.
Yeah, and I didn't either.
Oh, wow!
Because I like horror movies.
Wow.
Not trash.
Wow. Wow.
That's why Gavin was laughing.
Oh.
Because I was like, I'm planning out this joke.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, well.
No, I didn't watch it, but I did watch some horror movies, interestingly enough. And did I send you the list I made?
No.
I just randomly made this fucking super long list of shit I haven't seen that I want to see.
Okay, we'll send that to me.
It's really cool, actually. It's
so,
like,
as the overachiever here, I watched 30 minutes of the movie.
How could you start that movie, Maximum Overdrive, we're talking about, and not finish it?
Here's the deal. I started it 30 minutes before I left to come to your house today.
Hell yeah.
So I had
Overachiever.
I had to, at least I fucking put some effort in. Jesus Christ. Number one, the movie that I suggested to you was available on like all streaming platforms.
Yeah, how hard was it to find Maximum Overdrive?
I had to pay for it.
Oh, God. Well, you're going to finish it then later.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to finish it in the next 48 hours. I'm going to finish it today. I don't have anything else doing. Look, it's scored by AC/DC. I hate AC/DC, but...
Really?
I'm not a huge fan. Okay. I don't like their singer. You know?
Okay. It's scored, though. So, I mean, from what I remember,
it's
some originals.
Any movie with trucks and AC/DC sounds really cool. So far, it was really dope. I really liked it. Emilio Estevez has one earring. I'm a big fan of that. Yes. That whole look.
The cross, right? Hanging cross?
No. Not yet, at least. As of right now, he just has the one little gold hoop in, and he has like the greaser slick back hair. He does. He does kind of look like what's his name? Christian Slater.
Yeah, well, they're the same person. That's the thing.
Oh, okay, for sure.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
they're both like the quintessential 80s actors.
80s guy. Yeah.
That he's so great. It's so. I just love movies where they aren't like well known, and it's those actors from those periods that like define that generation.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit, this is the most 80s shit I've ever fucking seen.
That and the scene with the fucking where like they take over all this like the signs.
The lawnmower and shit.
Oh, I didn't get there. I just got to the signs where like the sign over the bank is reading regular things, and then it's just like fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And then the ATM machine just calls him an asshole 50 million times. I was like, this does seem like something Nick would like.
Yeah. Very Stephen King-y.
Yeah. So
very tongue in cheek.
So yes, I'm going to finish it. I also watch horror movies. I watched Pieces, which was something we talked about, or Nick talked about last week. And I actually rewatched my movie, Paranormal Activity 3.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna watch it.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I like it this episode, since I have it fresh in my head, and then you can tell me why you hated it and think it's trash next week.
I might like it.
I think. Look, whatever.
Yeah, I probably will. I'm not as douchey as. Nah, I'm pretty douchey.
Okay.
I gotta look. I had to be honest.
No, yeah, you don't look very douchey.
I just am. I don't look it. I am it.
Right.
I live it.
There it is.
I watched. So Scott came over.
Oh, awesome.
We never did the pot. We're gonna do another one, but it's funny because I sent Scott this whole list because he's always asking me for movies.
Yeah.
I just like made like 40 fucking movies that I haven't seen. I looked like indie things, really weird shit, older shit I haven't seen, etc. And I was like looking some up, and I did what I always do, which is watch something I've already seen.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like scrolling through and I read a description. I'm like, all right, I mean, it sounds okay. And then I'm like, oh, what about, I remember, Scott, have you seen this? And he's like, no. And then we watched that.
Yeah.
So we watched Dream Home.
I haven't seen it. Heard of it.
You have the Asian.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. It's a true story.
Really?
It's insane.
Okay.
It's an insane true story. Very violent, bloody, as per Asian films.
Is it, what era are we talking about?
2000, mid 2000s.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure. So we're like, it's like around The Grudge.
Yeah, but it's a true. It's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Because the actual events I think happened in 07. Like
okay.
The true story events.
All right. So what happens? Bring it
basically it's this in Hong Kong. It's kind of about this woman. It centers around her and her childhood of living in Hong Kong and how the government basically like pushed all the residents out. Like they used the triads to literally like torture people to the point where they left their homes so that they can make commercial buildings that cost what no one could afford.
Okay.
And then now, present day, those buildings are still there. She got evicted with her parents and like has this whole obsession with the apartment she grew up in, with like an ocean view, and she's working like 2 fucking jobs to like try to save enough to like live there. It's like her fucking she's gonna make it happen no matter what. And it's insanely expensive in Hong Kong, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the per square foot's insane.
It's like New York City.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's just an even bigger wage gap. You know what I mean? Like than New York even. She makes it happen, let's just say, sort of. Okay. Do you want me to tell you? Like, I think it's still worth watching, but I'm just going to ruin it for you.
Sure, that's fine.
Cool. You kind of see it's like back and forth, you know what I mean, from like her childhood to present day, and she kills everybody. Like she kills like 12 people in this apartment building, very violently, like some of the most fucked up actual kills in the movie I've seen. There's one, like the first kill you see, she walks up to a sleeping security guard and takes a what's that shit called with the plastic zip tie?
Oh, okay.
And like slowly puts it over his head and then zips it as tight as she can. And it's just like a 3-minute scene of him dying with her watching and him trying, then finding a knife and like trying to cut it off, but stabbing his own fucking jugular, you know, because he can't, you know, and she's just watching him die. Okay. So it's kind of has this like it's like this big giant, really dark joke. So she does this. It's all real. She just like gets fed up. She makes an offer. She kills her own, like she lets her dad die because she doesn't want to pay for his medical bills. And
fair.
Yeah, no, he even like is like, let me die. And she gets mad at him and whatever. And she just like literally sits there as he dies and doesn't give him.
She's like, dream home, dad, dream home. Yeah.
Sure, dude. Well, has that a reference?
No.
Oh, okay. Dream home. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Isn't that?
Yeah. That's the name of the movie.
The name of the movie.
Got it.
The apartment.
So she kills all these, like a pregnant woman. Like it goes fucking nuts. All right, and it's all true. Like she really killed these people. And it's because, she makes an offer, like she finally scrapes by, and she shouldn't, like she's not gonna be able to afford her payments, but she's like late to the meeting and they cancel, like on the apartment she wants, and they're like, we want double, and she's like, she freaks out. Then all this happens. She has this like gnarly resentment with the people that live there, and they're wealthy and like carefree and whatever, and at the end of it, she basically what she does all that to drive the price down. Oh. So then they like come back like, hey, the realtor's like, they want your offer. And she's like, have you seen page 12? All that shit. Yeah. And then, lowballs the shit, gets into the apartment. And then on the news, like the end of the movie, it's the beginning of the 2007 real estate market crash. Oh. And she literally, a week, she wouldn't have to done any of it.
Damn.
And it's just like, she's just like, but there's like this kind of thing where she almost becomes empowered when she does all the murdering.
Okay.
Like she's like very much a victim of the world, and then she does all this, and she kind of is like,
takes her life.
I'm a boss now.
Okay.
In a really sick way. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
it's cool.
It sounds really dope.
And it's just really dope murders, like some crazy fucking killing.
Where did you watch it?
It's on what's it on? I think it's on Shudder right now.
Okay, for sure.
So for free if you have Shudder.
I don't, but
30-day free trial right now.
Yeah,
cancel.
Jump
it,
on
you
that.
know?
Yeah, for sure. I might not cancel it. You know.
Yeah, I'll report you if you do.
Thanks. Okay.
Hey, it's
all right.
Program of honesty.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna cancel mine, but yeah. So I watched that, and then I don't know. I was looking up the list that I had, and one of the movies like on these like best movies of the decade list is one of my favorite movies that I kind of forgot about, which is Kill List.
I haven't seen that either.
Now that watch, I'm not going to tell you anything about it.
Okay.
That one watch.
Okay.
It might be my favorite, like one of the best in the last 10 years.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
It's incredible.
So I watched Pieces, which was about as good as could be.
Right?
Honestly. Yeah. There's pretty much nothing in that movie that I would change. Yeah. I mean, look, if we're getting into the nitty gritty of it, there are parts, since there are certain people who are speaking in the movie in different languages that are overdubbed.
Yes.
Where if you know what I mean? If you want to fucking pick the message apart, you could do that, you know, and well, that their mouths aren't moving at the same thing. And but
I mean, that's every Italian
horror movie, or like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You know what I mean? There's tons of movies that you're gonna have to sacrifice some over fucking dubs for. And look, the whole movie isn't a poor dub. Certain people actually are speaking English. This is what happens in Italian movies. If you're confused about it, then you're just gonna be fucking confused. It was really dope. It almost plays out kind of like a mystery because they give you some solid leads as to who could be the killer. There's like the kind of, not going to say the word that starts with an R that ends with an ed, challenged groundskeeper of the college. And he's like a bigger, brutish guy. And it kind of leans towards him at first. Then there's the protagonist-ish character who's a student, who is creepy. That's basically his thing. Like he's obsessed with chicks. And he also he scores all the time. Like throughout the movie, all he really does is have sex. And at the end of the movie, he's the one who solves the case. Pretty much. So basically he's like the only smart person in this movie. And
just fucks really hot Italian chicks.
It's
unreal.
The only chick he doesn't fuck is the hottest chick, who's the tennis playing undercover agent, who is a famous actress. I'm forgetting her name now. I'm gonna go ahead and actually look it up, just for references, because she's that hot.
Is it Linda Day?
Yes, it is Linda Day. Okay, yes. Smoking hot, blonde chick. So things that I really liked about Pieces. Okay, so there's an electronica artist out of France named Carpenter Brew, who's super huge on 80s slasher films and horror movies, and he actually has a music video for a song called La Perve that is a short horror movie. And it is inspired by Pieces. Cool. So watching Pieces, it was really dope to like see.
I've seen that first.
Yeah, okay. I had seen that like years ago, and a big fan of his work. He has some more like psychedelic-y Satan horror stuff too. In terms of like the short films he makes for his music. If you haven't heard of him, check him out if you're into John Carpenter and Sexy Babes and Daft Punk.
Oh, not me.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I was fucking whatever.
You know what? This is interesting.
What?
It was Spanish. This was Spain and United States.
Yeah.
Collaborative. I didn't realize
Pieces.
That.
Yeah. I actually
don't know
read
why
that.
I thought it was Italian. Because it is. It's like an Italian style.
It's a style. Yeah. The music in Pieces is also like really dope. It's that like atmospheric synthy shit. Like a lot of like repetitive sounds. That just like they get you fucking going. You know what I mean? That's what does the trick for me. That's what I started watching horror movies with. You know, coming out of like John Carpenter, probably, you know, most specifically. It's just, look, I love synths in grainy shot horror movies. Look, like I said, there's really nothing about this movie that isn't good. The who ends up being the villain, who you kind of know, I would say, like maybe like an hour into the movie, like that's probably the best part about this thing, is that like when I watch horror movies now, you know what I mean? Like it's still, no matter how good the horror movie is, it's kind of like you see, you know what I mean, the one fucked up person and you're like, okay, got it. You know what I mean? Paranormal Activity 3, which Nick will soon watch,
love it,
has one of those.
Okay.
And if you are about your, you know, if you're of your wits, you know what I mean? If you're if you're with the horror movie program, you're going to know who the fucking...
exactly. Yeah. Once you know, especially with American, that's why, I mean, in general, I like Giallo Italian films styles, because they don't have boundaries.
Right.
I watched this so there's this movie Demons, which is one of my favorites as well, from the 80s. It was just a very specific scene from that movie that, to me, described Italian versus American. Whereas American, it's like, okay, so if you run into this room and the killer's in there, you have to exit through your only exit.
Right.
It's
right. Yeah.
Whereas this, they like get trapped in a movie theater and like a doorway opens up on the side, like from space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like anything can happen, which is why a lot of people don't like those, but why I love it.
Great. Yeah. I mean, like the Suspiria is filled with moments like that. Also, you know what I mean? The different rooms, the room with the fucking barbed wire with the chick. You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to be explained.
No, yeah, it doesn't at all. You know what I mean? I've never wanted a fucking thesis statement for a fucking horror movie. You know what I mean? I just want to have a good time.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, I think American, I don't think it's Americans' fault. It's just Americans have been told that it has to make sense.
American cinema tends to follow a certain formulaic message.
Yeah, so we've been like programmed to believe it has to make sense. And to be honest, like a lot of people who I show movies, especially horror, that are just in pretty traditional movies, their biggest thing is like, oh, well, that couldn't happen.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So like that's the difference between American and Italian. We took a break. I'm trying to make it sound like we didn't.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think American cinema tends to be pretty formulaic, and it can like work against its advantage. It wasn't always like that. You rewatch movies from the 80s, like Altered States.
Well, there's always been directors that David Lynch's and I was recently talking about one of the greatest movies of all times, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. Yeah, dude.
It's a classic.
I don't remember it. I'm sure I saw it as a kid.
Yeah, it's great. You should rewatch it.
I'll get right on it.
Right after Paranormal Activity 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
I'll make it a double feature.
And I was talking about it with my dad, and you know, like they were just, I don't know, 90s movies were just more fun, you know?
Yeah.
They just, something happened around the early 2000s where movies really started to feel like this. I think it was like budgets in cinema, you know what I mean? I think companies were losing a lot of money because they were throwing around big checks at movies that, you know what I mean? Look, I get it. The internet happened and people had way more of a process of sourcing stuff that they knew there was for sure a demand of. But the chance taking kind of died down, and now you get, you know what I mean? You kind of get what you expect.
I think it goes in waves, though.
Yeah.
I think throughout cinema history, it's gone in waves of like, you can look at each decade and see how it went more traditional and more censored, and then it went, you know what I mean, like the 60s, and then towards the end of the 60s and the 70s, it was literally like rape porn.
Right.
That was,
yeah.
I was like, holy
yeah.
fuck. And then it kind of went back, and then it went to 80s, which is very commercialized comparatively. A lot of like, that was like the beginning of putting products in films.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, let me just open this Coca-Cola.
This cold
yeah.
Coke, yeah. And then 90s was just kind of the same, but like very experimental.
Yeah. A lot of like dope chances were taken in the 90s that just, you know what I mean, won't. There's another movie, Explorers, about the kids that go to fucking space in the spaceship they build in their backyard.
No,
it's really dope.
Okay.
We're getting into this is for a different podcast.
Whatever,
I guess.
no, it's movie podcast.
Yeah,
/ horror.
Yeah, you know, I think that especially with like children's cinema, there was a lot of stuff. I think the point was more to like just make something that kids could get excited about, as opposed to like sequels and merchandise and you know what I mean, like what it kind of seems like if you're gonna make a fucking kids movie now, you better have a fucking video game to go with it, you know?
Yeah, or it's remakes.
Yeah,
everything's a fucking remake.
How to Train a Dragon 19.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with the internet too. Of like everything's accessible, they can't take as big be in some weird fucking 90s flick on some random made up superhero monster, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because so it's like, okay, so we can't take risks like that financially, we have to make our money back. Let's remake something that was already successful.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's it leads to a lot of recycled ideas being thrown around. You know, I was huge on Jurassic Park growing up, but there didn't need to be any more Jurassic Parks.
No, and I mean, whatever, dude. I'm kind of like over getting douchey about remakes because I've done.
Sure.
You know, I'm not saying it's just they're whatever. They have their value. I think if on the upside, it could introduce a generation to actually good movies.
Absolutely.
But yeah, movies like Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, same. That opening scene where you first see the dinosaurs for the first time.
Yeah.
I will never forget that.
Yeah,
shit.
and yeah, it gives me a feeling that I can't replicate.
Yeah. Like the cartoon that explains the process of getting the DNA out of the amber. Yeah. Look, there's also movies that I would like to see remade. You know, I could use a new Jaws.
Okay.
I'm just saying it would.
Jaws is a perfect film.
Jaws is a perfect film. I agree with that completely. It would be cool to see them remake it without special effects.
Without special effects?
Yeah.
They would never do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because special effects is what people want now, which
I know.
I fucking hate.
Yeah.
I love practical effects.
Yeah, that was another cool thing about the first 30 minutes of Maximum Overdrive that I saw. Was that scene on the bridge where they lift the bridge up and like there's like really a car that like falls from this bridge into the fucking water and shit like that like you could just kind of convince studios to fucking pay for back in the day. Whereas now they're like, oh yeah, we'll put that in the movie.
Yeah, why wouldn't you spend less to, in theory, make it look better?
Yeah.
Or more real?
Yeah, where it just doesn't.
And again, people that I talk to that aren't huge into horror movies in general, their biggest complaint is usually when I'm watching a film with them from the 90s, 80s, whatever.
The special effects are so
exactly.
shitty.
It's like, oh, that looks fake. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's why. It's like, it's good. It's like, I don't know. It's a movie. It's not supposed to be fucking real life.
Yeah.
I'm watching it to escape real life.
Right. There's like a point in the craft where she's walking on water and it's like very clear that like it's a green screen, you know? Yeah. But like it's also like, you know what I mean? Like we're watching a movie about like 4 teenage witches right now who like, you know what I mean? Like there's no, like at what point was this supposed to be real?
Yeah. And I think especially in horror.
Yeah.
Like where there's what better place to put like shitty or like crazy practical effects and get rid of fucking this bullshit CGI than in horror.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, and like there's ways of doing it and where you can do both, you know, like Vertigo, for instance, you know what I mean? Where it's like, you can like, you know what I mean? Kind of push it's not that it's like believable or looks real. You can still kind of push like what can be done with cinema, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know. I see a cool like like the alien costume and like and like obviously I know it's not but it's just like the craft that it took to make that.
Yeah, I mean H.R. Geiger.
Holy shit, you know what I mean? Like whereas I don't. It's like, oh, okay, they made that on a fucking computer screen. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of skill in that, but like different.
What did you think of Alien Covenant?
Clearly not much because I don't really remember it. It's all like mixed together with the other one.
Prometheus?
Yeah.
I like Prometheus.
I like Prometheus.
Prometheus was cool. Alien Covenant was a letdown in my opinion. Just like, I don't know. Like there's so many different things about it. Look, Ridley Scott is a genius. But he's also old as fuck. And his ideas are kind of tired at this point.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think he really wanted to make a movie where Michael Fassbender could fucking spend a lot of time on screen because he's an incredible actor.
Yeah.
But like, all I really wanted to see was more about that race of the people that created the aliens, and then he wrapped it up in this scene that took like 20 seconds, where he killed all of them. By releasing their own weapon back on them, which is a cool idea. But like, like sometimes I just kind of want to like live in like the fantasy land. Yeah.
What about Predator remake?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I liked it a lot. I liked the comedic value. Like fucking Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah.
Was
I think where they went right, because like that's where they go wrong. I think in most remakes is like. Yeah, like the original Predator wasn't intentionally funny, but it's funny, dude. You know what I mean? So like, don't get rid of that. Yeah,
I mean, also like, I think the Predator remake before that,
oh god, dude.
with Adrian Brody,
my god, it was one of the worst, dude.
Yeah, it just really suffered from a full force level of taking itself too seriously.
Yeah, we're talking about aliens and fucking I mean, it's like, dude.
Yeah, I actually liked Alien versus Predator more.
That's great. Yeah, Alien versus Predator 2 is even better.
I liked Alien versus
in Colorado.
Predator 2. Yeah,
oh, so good.
So yeah, I actually enjoyed those movies, especially because I feel like they really took like they took the feeling from the comic book of Alien versus Predator and fucking like really translated that shit. Yeah. I
don't know the comic, but
yeah, they were a comic book first.
I mean, I knew what. I just haven't read it. I don't know anything about it.
I read it when I was super young. I can't tell you anything about it anymore. I smoked all those memories away. Shout out to weed. It was 420 yesterday. If any of our listeners,
I guess holidays.
Happy birthday, Hitler. Is that where you were going with that?
I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, my mom's Jewish.
My family, my maternal family.
I was trying to make you feel awkward. Okay. I don't really give a fuck. Yeah. You know what they are remaking? Going on I guess, okay, this counts. Did you play Resident Evil growing up?
Yeah.
You know they're remaking
Raccoon City?
No, they remade 1 and 2 and now 3, and they're going to do all of them, but they're fucking incredible, especially 2.
Okay.
Like,
is 2 Raccoon City?
Yeah, it sounds right. But they remastered them with like modern graphics in the same game, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I played the first one.
The remake, the original.
Both.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know about it.
Yeah. And I've played the second one. I played Resident when they remade, I think 4.
These are very recent remakes.
4 is new. Hold on.
These are just came out kind of remakes of each Resident Evil, and they're really good. But yeah, Resident Evil.
You know a movie I actually liked?
I'm not even. What?
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decent movie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind video. I kind of like video game movies. They're also always terrible, and I kind of like that. Like, I love Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is super damn. Just remember Shao Kahn. Your soul is mine.
Yes.
Fucking fire. And an incredible theme song. Also, one of the movies from the 90s, including Hackers, that features the Orbital song, Halcyon On and On, which is an incredible song.
Yeah, you lost me. I don't know.
It's dope. Orbital's one of the first like English like rave top groups, you know what I'm saying?
Did you just break into English accent?
I did.
Oh, you think you can do that good?
It's like
try this one.
Right. It's like, you know what I'm saying, brother.
Yeah, dude. Pretty good though.
All right.
I gotta say.
I gave it a shot. You know what I mean? I watched a lot of Ali G. You know?
Oh yes. Yeah. I'm a big Ali G guy as well.
Yeah, for real. Sacha Baron Cohen, hilarious, but nothing is ever going to be as funny as Ali G.
No.
Yeah.
And Borat's very funny, but everything after that was funny, but it's just like, okay.
Yeah. I even liked Dictator or whatever the fuck it was called. It was funny.
Bruno. I never saw Bruno.
Bruno was not that. Bruno was a low point.
It was kind of, I heard it was just like a shock. It was just all shock value, no like.
I could see Bruno being very offensive in certain circles.
Now?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that movie just wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they would like burn to delete the footage. You know what I mean? Yeah. Burn the cameras it was filmed on. Yeah. Although then again, our president did basically say that he rapes women, and that wasn't an issue.
This is not a political podcast.
I know it's not. Look, I'm just saying in terms of things that are socially acceptable.
Totally. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to start this.
All right, fine.
You know they're making a Borderlands movie coming out.
Yeah,
I'm stoked on that.
That sounds cool.
That's one of my favorite movies.
You mean games?
I mean games.
Okay,
movies.
I was gonna say.
I'm just looking at video game movies now. I don't know. I'm on a video game movie kick. I mean Warcraft. You know what I mean?
Did you see that?
Of course.
Was it good?
Did I see Warcraft? This guy, man. I'm a big World of Warcraft fan.
I
don't know
that.
if everybody knows this. You know, we have a nerd alert button on our other podcast, so I guess we could hit that now.
Is that like an after editing?
No, it's during the podcast. Nerd alert, nerd alert.
You know. Oh, okay. You guys just do it with your voices.
Yeah, we just do it with our voices. It's
if
very
any
high
engineer listens to this shit
quality.
And you want to come in and spice this shit up with real effects, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we could use some horns. You know what I mean?
Horns.
You know what I mean?
Nerd
Some
alert.
air horns. Yeah. Or just any real Dominican motherfucker from New York if you want to come through. You know what I mean? And just spice this shit up. I know you have air horns on Deckington.
We don't allow Dominicans on the
That's
no,
true.
Okay, oh, my bad. What?
It's I mean, it's valid. You know
I don't
what
even know what the difference.
Look, they don't allow my people on their side of the island.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're getting into the real shit now.
It's like that. Yeah.
You like Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
The movie?
The sequel.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
Good. It has I was looking at, so it has the worst rating
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Any video game. It's a 2%er.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Have you seen Super Mario Bros?
Oh, that's one of the worst fucking things.
It has a 21%.
I believe it.
I don't, because it is the most trash.
Here's the deal. Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation, the way that they go about the fights in that movie is that they just replay the characters doing front flips. And they'll replay that same cut in a different fight later on. And that's one of the fucking coolest ideas ever. You know what I mean? I wish before I did anything in this podcast, we could just replay the sound of me doing front flips or something like that. You know what I mean?
You've never done a front flip in your life, though.
That's very true.
Yeah,
I never have.
But dude, in Resident Evils are all good. I thought.
I'm still yet to watch Afterlife. I think I might watch it today, though. It sounds cool. I really. You know,
Retribution came out after Afterlife. That's the newest one.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have to watch.
Oh no, Resident Evil: The Final Chapter came out in 2017. See, I think I've only seen like the first two.
I'm sorry, Mila Jovovich or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so there's Resident Evil 1, then Resident Evil Apocalypse, which came out 2 years later, and then Resident Evil Extinction in 2007. I think that's where I ended.
Okay.
And then Afterlife, then Retribution, then Final Chapter. Holy shit, dude. It's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking Resident Evil movies. It's funny because that Mila Jovovich.
Yes.
She didn't even want to be an actress. She just got cast in Dazed and Confused. She was a model.
Oh yeah.
And then from there on, people were like so enamored with her look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's wicked hot.
So
that they just casted her in a bunch of shit, and she really couldn't act. I also want to say, Dazed and Confused is a very fun movie, but also the worst movie of all times.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Okay. It is literally one of the only movies with just no plot at all. Like nothing happens.
What's wrong with that?
It's dope. I like it a lot.
I kind of like that small. It's like so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a true like day in the life of like small town summer.
Yeah.
It's cool. You know what I mean? Not that I would know because I grew up in the fucking middle of Los Angeles, or that you would know because you grew up in San Francisco. But whatever, you know. Just say.
Relax. Everybody relax, okay?
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Yeah. Gavin's sitting here. He grew up in San Diego, so he also doesn't know, but it's a lot closer.
Yeah. So what's Mila Jovovich's best movie then, in your opinion?
Probably the first Resident Evil.
You think that's
the one that I've seen? I don't know. I have to look this up.
Don't look it up.
No, I have to look up her.
No, because you're blowing it. You're forgetting the best movie she's
The Fifth Element.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
She kills it, and also it's a great movie.
Yo, it's a fantastic fucking movie.
Now the worst movie she's in, is Ultraviolet.
Fuck that movie. Trash. That movie made no sense at all. It also came out the same year as the Aeon Flux remake, and I think a lot of people thought that
both of those are trash.
Are garbage. Yeah, but they're like the same movie.
I know.
Or but in Ultraviolet, she's like a vampire or something like that. No,
it's a different. Right? Ultraviolet. It's what's her name? It's the chick that plays monsters.
No, that's Aeon Flux.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Ultraviolet, she's a vampire or something. There's something about vampires in Ultraviolet, because fucking Ethan Hawke is in that shit too. Right?
She's infected with a virus that gives her superhuman powers. Wow, she's never been in anything like that.
Yeah, right. Yo, she's gonna be in the Monster Hunter movie though. That's coming out.
I know.
It's talking about movies about video games.
I never played that.
People love it. It's an incredible game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It definitely, in its 35th incarnation, has gotten a little tired for me.
Really? It's that? Dude, I'm not even. I know nothing about it.
If there are not more than 35 Monster Hunters, I would be surprised. It's the highest selling video game of all times.
What the fuck?
Yeah, in Japan.
So
but it's Japan. It does count. Its Japanese sales are so high that it's literally still the real deal highest selling video game.
You know who plays that? Howard Parker.
Like Howard?
Like Howard.
Oh, that's
like
very
a lot.
Of course he does.
He plays a lot of video games.
Because he's such a great person. Yeah? Okay.
No, it actually looks. The 2021 looks really good.
Yeah,
like the movie.
The movie looks cool. Look, Monster Hunter.
Do you know who's fucking directing it?
Who? Steven Spielberg. Nick's almost dying because of his consumption of energy drinks right now.
No.
Okay.
I thought it was a different director.
I was gonna say we might be on brief pause.
Who did I think? It's Paul W.S. Anderson. I was thinking of. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yo, Paul W.S. Anderson directed Mortal Kombat, nigga. Damn.
Yeah, I was thinking Paul Thomas Anderson, who's one of the...
Yo, he also directed Event Horizon. You've seen that movie, right?
Yeah, so that's a movie about Scientology.
Event Horizon?
Mm-hmm. I
Really?
think that's
Wait,
what I'm
no.
of. Am I thinking of 30 different things, dude?
Yes, bro. You're
Earth AD.
Yeah. No, it is not the movie about Scientology.
Which is also a great Misfits album.
True, it is a great Misfits.
Yeah.
You just scared the shit out of me.
You're like, oh my God, I like that movie, and now I'm a fucking Scientologist.
Yeah, I was like, I have to convert all
of
my matter into
Event Horizon's great. Dude.
I have to kill my psychiatrist father. Shout out to my dad. I just want to say that if there was anything that would push me one way or the other in this whole Scientology matter, it would be the fact that psychiatry paid for my life. So, you know what I mean?
What? Oh, because they're anti-psychiatry.
Yeah, that's like their whole platform.
I know. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't even tell this story. It's probably breaking like so many HIPAA things. But because there's someone listening in our podcast, Gavin, so he'll get a kick out of this too, and he knows this, but I worked at a sober, like a psychiatric kind of sober living place.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
Dual diagnosis.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went and did a room search and found entire like propaganda pamphlets from Scientology of anti-psychiatry, like insane, like a whole book on it. Dude.
Word.
And I read this shit, and it is wild.
It's nuts.
It's dangerous. Let's not get okay.
Oh man,
Trump and Scientology, dude.
Well,
it's a whole nother podcast.
Okay, come on. Let's for a second,
dude. What about a horror movie?
Yeah,
based on Scientology and someone getting like trapped in it,
lit,
and like kind of turn it more like monster, like weird and fucked up at the end.
So
but
this whole thing is tying in full circle because I also wanted to talk about Event Horizon last week.
Really?
But we're not going to talk about that right now. Okay. We might talk about that next week.
Hey, tune in next week. We talk about Event Horizon. Can't miss.
If you like Larry Fishburne, because we talked about that last week too.
That's true.
Yeah. Event Horizon is a great Larry Fishburne flick.
Or Sam Neill.
Yeah, Sam Neill's tight as fuck.
Yeah, he is.
There's nothing not to like about him. Okay, Point being, on the way over here, I was thinking about the modern, as you may have heard last time, another thing we talked about is the fact that is this like kind of black horror renaissance that's going on right now. And I was thinking, because you and me like cults so much, it would be pretty cool if there was a movie about an entire police department just being a satanic cult. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure there is, but let's make a better one.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of like siphoning the power of these like young black, you know what I mean, angry men and their, you know what I mean, their anger and institutionalizing them and like really like fleshing out the whole plot.
Okay, I'm fine with like political messages in horror films. It has to be very not on the nose.
Yeah.
And like almost comedic in its tone.
Sure. Yeah.
Just to throw it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when it's like, all right, we're making a horror movie and like, let's put a message in it so people like can fucking
no.
You gotta do it in a way where it's like everybody, not like you're like bringing in some message that nobody knows.
Right.
Enlightening people. It's like,
no,
this is the way it is. It's funny and
exactly.
it's fucked up.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like I think it would be cool to tie in like the thing with the CIA bringing in cocaine. You know what I mean? Stuff that's really all known. You know, we're talking about factual stuff here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think like I would not make a horror movie in an effort to like mobilize people. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, like at least we can laugh about this now. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is funny. Niggas die every day, and you know what I mean? Like,
and maybe and our hero be some fucking
young black dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Killing white cops, dude. I would fucking.
Yeah,
dude, I'd be so down with
but
that.
He also gets to kill the black cop, which if you are a young
so
black man,
like,
you know. Yeah.
And then it's made, and then it was clearly not made by a fucking white dude.
Right.
Was like trying to be super fucking
exactly
edgy and
right. Yeah, we're no like, Quentin Tarantino. This is
real.
Shit.
It's not some fucking dude. It's like
no disrespect to Quentin Tarantino. I know Nick really likes Quentin Tarantino, so
you don't like Quentin Tarantino.
We're a Tarantino neutral podcast.
Neutral? It sounds like you're not neutral.
I don't like him. I don't think. And look, let's be real.
Did you like him? Okay.
Me not liking him has nothing to do with his usage of the N word. Use the N word as much as you want.
You don't like Pulp Fiction.
I love Pulp Fiction.
Okay. You don't like Reservoir Dogs.
I love Reservoir Dogs.
Okay. You don't like Kill Bill.
I hate Kill Bill.
Wow. Wait. What?
I think we've talked about this last episode.
No, bro. How do you not like Kill Bill?
It's just a fucking like it's just like a collage of other movies picked into one with their like, influences just straight ripped, and he did nothing with them.
It's 100%. He's making it obvious that he's ripping it.
I get it. It's not what you
name a movie that's not ripped from something.
Okay, give me a second. Oh, Get Out. But that's the
Okay. I mean, dude.
look, I'm not trying to pick something.
It's not even true.
Well, okay.
Inglourious Bastards.
Amazing.
Jackie Brown.
Incredible.
Death Proof.
Hate it.
That's my favorite.
Absolutely hate it. I'm sorry.
From Dusk Till Dawn. He's an actor in it.
From Dusk Till Dawn is different. From Dusk Till Dawn is because it's not his movie.
True Romance. Not his movie either.
Written.
That's
great.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Well, here's the deal.
So you, out of all his movies, hold on, you have disliked one.
You skipped. That's first of all, that's two movies.
All right, name one.
Two biggest movies.
Name one, and I'll come back with another one.
Django Unchained.
Natural Born Killers. Written by. I'm pretty sure.
I have issues with some of his movies.
But you also love. It's like,
yeah,
I like Shyamalan because he's made two good movies.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I guess I'm looking at this a little bit from a cup half
like,
empty perspective, but whatever.
Name a director besides, God, there's not many that hasn't made a bad movie that you don't like. Okay,
this is true. I did just watch this movie, Revenge of the Green Dragons. It's a Scorsese flick.
Yeah. I like Scorsese. I'm not a fucking.
This movie was fucking terrible. It was like largely offensive. Look, first of all, Asian gangster movies should be pretty fucking easy to make when you have an Asian writer and director, and you know what I mean, and the question be like the greatest producer of all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This dude, whoever wrote it, dropped the fucking ball. It sucked dick. So yeah, look, I think you're right. I'm feeding into. I just think Quentin Tarantino. I think Kill Bill.
Yes.
Kill Bill are largely overrated movies that people who don't actually like movies like because they're so filled.
That's fair.
With over the top fucking sensational overdrive.
Sure. When you watch Kill Bill, are you entertained?
Not anymore, but
really,
yeah, not anymore.
Because you're too cool, or
okay. All right. The first one is good. It's a terrible movie, but at least it's good.
They're entertaining. Yeah,
they're entertaining.
Obviously, I believe it's his. It's his more less cerebral, or you know what I mean. Like it's just fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I like a good balance. You know, of like fun and originality. And I'm not saying it has to be completely fucking original. Nothing in the history of words is original.
Yeah.
But.
Well, okay. What's an overrated movie that for you that most people love, and not unlike Kill Bill, where people who don't like movies, like movies that movie people love that you don't.
Oh, okay. I don't like.
And you have to dislike, but like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Overrated. Oh God, hold on. What's his who directed Rocky? Coppola.
Yes.
And what is the Coppola Vietnam movie?
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now?
Yeah. I don't like Apocalypse Now. And here's why I don't like Apocalypse Now. I don't like Apocalypse Now because it's too fucking artsy. And Vietnam, really, from what I've heard from the people from that era, and I also this opinion was generated by me talking about this movie to some people who were around during Vietnam about this movie. And they were like, yeah, Platoon and the Kubrick one. Full Metal Jacket are the only movies about Vietnam that paint realistic pictures of what really happened in Vietnam.
Okay.
So I just think that the movie is kind of useless. Like, yeah, sure, like it's kind of a fun watch, you know what I mean?
It's not that fun, dude.
It's not, yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's a lot of shock value shit. The opening scene is fucking incredible. I cannot hate on that. That's still shot on the fucking helicopter. That is that is a feat in cinematic history. Mm-hmm. But largely, all in all, as a movie, I think it just kind of falls short in really having like a message. It's just kind of like strangely esoteric and kind of annoying.
Marlon Brando.
Kills it. Great role.
Martin
Great.
Sheen.
For sure. For great roles. You know what I'm saying? But like when it comes down to it, the best Vietnam movie of all times, I think, is Platoon.
Not Deer Hunter?
I haven't seen Deer Hunter.
That's mine.
And that's Scorsese, right?
I don't think so. That is Michael Cimino.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Where the fuck that is? No, I'm sure he's some ridiculously amazing director.
Fuck you, Michael Cimino.
So stupid. No, he did. Oh yeah, Heaven's Gate, Silent Running, Year of the Dragon. These are all famous movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Deer Hunter. I honestly like. I like. Platoon is more entertaining. But Deer Hunter, if you want
both sides,
a message, like if you want the horrors of war, I think it does the best.
Yeah.
And not in an over the top way. And the ending scene of the movie is one of the, like, I love horror. There isn't really any horror that haunts me. The ending of Deer Hunter sticks with me.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel that way about like Fargo, kind of.
Okay.
Not the ending, but just the whole kind
whole
of movie.
thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. Or Silence of the Lambs for a horror
Love
movie. Just a great.
So mine.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm going to preface this with I like the movie. I think it's one of the person who directed it's worst movies.
Okay.
God, people are going to... This is worse than your example, which I didn't think was possible.
I had a great example. Okay.
Goodfellas.
Okay. All right. Damn, for sure.
It's known as like Scorsese's best movie.
Film. Yeah.
It is by far not even
his best
close.
Movie. Gangs of New York shits on that movie. I just
shits on it. Taxi Driver, Raging Bull. Yeah. Mean Streets is better.
Yeah, okay. That's wild, but sure. Yeah.
Casino
is better. I agree with you.
Shutter Island is another one that's trash.
Goodfellas captures this attitude, I think, that really excites people. It's like the same.
I can get that in Casino.
I think it's the same attitude from like The Town. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound too crazy when I say this.
To me, it's too cookie cutter.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's like not fun enough and not dark enough.
Okay. Yeah. I
mean?
I agree with that.
Like Sopranos gave us Jesus Christ. I mean, I love The Sopranos.
Yeah, they're great. Great fucking television show.
Godfather gave us like a real look into it. You know what I mean? Sure. A realistic, like, holy fuck. Casino kind of gives us this like over the top fun, like, but still dark. And I just think the Goodfellas is too middle of the line. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a safe, it's the safe mafia movie
for sure. Safe mafia. That's yes. Ever since I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about though. It's like I think Goodfellas, and it's. I don't want to offend anyone here. I think Goodfellas is kind of like Rocky, where it's like kind of like a great white hope thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like.
Sure.
Yeah, times when it was good in America, you know what I'm saying? Before these motherfucking. I
don't think that's the message of.
How do I say this?
You don't think that? Hold on.
Dark gentleman.
Hold on. You don't think immigrants have the same, like Irish immigrants, and Jewish immigrants and Italian immigrants had a hard time in America?
I do think they had a hard time in America. I'm just saying. That in the 80s, you know,
I get what you're saying. I also don't like Ray Liotta that much, so There's
yeah,
that.
me neither.
He's a pretty trash actor.
Also, he's in fucking Revenge of the Green Dragons.
Oh God,
yeah,
of course he is.
And yeah, no, Ray Liotta's not that great. He's a good voice actor though. His work for Grand Theft Auto was cool. But yeah, no, he's not that good.
Yeah, I mean, even The Wolf of Wall. I mean, dude, Cape Fear. I'm looking at all Scorsese.
Yeah,
Gangs
Cape
in New York.
Fear's
Holy
tight.
shit! This list has Gangs in New York number 19 on his back. Dude, Gangs in New York is unreal.
It's top 3 for him. Yo, like the fucking set, the climax of that movie, the finals. Yo, Daniel Day fucking Lewis, dog.
Daniel Day, dude.
That has to be like his
Young
defining
fucking
movie,
Leo,
bro. Yeah.
No, that's for me. It's his best movie.
Daniel Day-Lewis is?
I
Yeah.
mean, he's been in like some, like,
Yo,
I don't know,
he's-
stroke me off movies, but
Right.
like,
Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on any Daniel Day-Lewis movie, including There Will Be Blood, because that movie is fire.
Yeah.
But Gangs of New York, he is just iconic. And there's parts of that performance and a lot of his other performances. Because he just went so hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's less reserved. Like a lot of his other stuff is perfectly acted and almost like reserved. It's like
right.
this was like he was
Balls
able
to
to
the
just
wall.
go do whatever he wanted.
You fucking went ham. It's a great movie, and if for people that say it's too long, suck my dick. It's not too long. It's
No,
the
I could
perfect
watch
length.
that
I could watch
of
45
4
more
hours.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of that movie.
yeah. It is the.
I mean, in the just that era, that setting, like it's just hasn't been done enough.
No, it was
or that
brilliant.
much. So it's like
Also, shout out to Scorsese for that movie, doing the including like some blacks and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Irish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So you
The
like to
Irish
get
people in there, man.
okay. Nick is really on this House of Pain tip right now.
Yeah. I'm Jewish and Irish. You know,
Yeah.
I ain't had that great. Taxi Driver though.
Taxi Driver is fire.
Unbelievable.
Super fire. What did you think about Joker? Did we talk about this? Did last week? Did you like Joker?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, maybe
We've
that's
talked
what we
about
talked. I
this.
think we
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
that. Okay, for sure.
And I can admit it's purely out of kind of what you have with
Kill Bill.
Apocalypse. Yeah, Kill Bill.
Apocalypse Now.
Kill Bill, actually more.
Okay.
Like
The levels of
it's
overratedness.
yeah, and like if I wanted, dude, I just one. I like superhero movies that are fun. They can be a little dark, but like I've never been a huge fan of like, okay, let's take a comic book and make it like it's
And make it
supposed to be
Taxi
fun,
Driver.
dude. It can be violent, but like at the end of the day, it should be fun, in my opinion.
I hear you.
And I just like, dude, I need to watch a movie about mental illness again.
Yeah.
Like,
I get
fuck
it.
my life.
No, I
I live
get
it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, he's not kidding.
Am I?
But yeah.
I'm sure it's great. I should see it, and I will see it. But
The main complaint that people were saying is that it's like Taxi Driver with the Joker.
well, then I'd hate it
I don't-
because
yeah.
I love Taxi Driver too much.
Yeah, it is. There's some similarities. The delusion is definitely there.
They don't try to make him a hero, do they? Like, because Taxi Driver,
Of course, they try to make him a hero.
I know, but they don't do that in Taxi Driver.
No,
that's
I
why
know
I
that,
love
yeah.
that movie.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
this
absolutely.
dude is who he is.
Yeah,
There
he's
ain't a
raw.
fucking like let's make him a fucking anti-hero. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, he just is. He's
This is,
unapologetically
basically a
this
terrorist.
dude. Yeah, yeah. Where are we at right now?
We're chilling. Maybe we should move back into horror though
Okay,
to end it.
to end it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm down to do both movie, horror. It's all, dude. That's
I
the
like
thing
this-
too. Is a big. It's stupid to say, but like, passion of mine is film in general.
Same.
And I hate that I have to separate horror sometimes.
That's true,
because
'cause-
horror is just there's good film.
Yeah, right.
You know.
I don't think it's not. I don't look. Okay, never mind. That's not true. I just I don't look for different qualities in horror movies than I do look in other movies. I think that I just kind of watch movies, and the
Yeah.
only things that I really make exceptions for are comedies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm not. It's just as hard, if not harder, to make a fucking great comedy film.
For sure.
Because things that can be hilarious in real life might not always fucking translate on film. With horror, I tend to look at horror movies just like I look at sci-fi movies. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking for something that catches my attention, keeps me engaged, has good elements of all along the spectrum of emotion. You know what I mean? I don't just want to be fucking shocked the whole time. I want to feel like I'm getting to know these fucking characters. And, you know, there should be some sort of emotional appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, though, it does have broader room to be shit.
Horror?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
like.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do like shit.
Yeah,
movies.
Shit movies are
Speaking of not shit movies, though, so Kill List is cult stuff. So I'll just put that out there.
Okay.
If you watch it, I promise it's gonna be like, you're gonna be like, holy fuck.
Okay, so I'm going to watch.
You're gonna finish. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch Paranormal Activity 3.
Okay. Yeah. Maximum Overdrive and Kill List are on my list for next week. If you guys want to keep up with movies that we're watching,
that'd be dope.
Feel free to fucking give those movies a shout, because I'm gonna fucking.
Yeah, I think Kill List is on Amazon right now.
I think Andrew has Amazon, so yeah.
Prime. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you anything else about it.
Okay. Yeah, I would like that. And Paranormal Activity 3, you know.
Yeah. What's one more?
Let's see. I was thinking about this week. God, it's always so hard with you because, you know, you've kind of seen it.
I've seen a lot of shit.
I want you to watch The Joker. Fuck a horror movie.
Fuck,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I'm
really?
Gonna be honest. I'm not ready. I want to enjoy myself.
You want to enjoy yourself.
And it can be dark.
Wait,
but I just want to.
You have seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
God, it's probably been.
Because
I can like picture the cover of the DVD.
Yeah. I want you to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah. I'll rewatch it or see it. 88.
Yeah. Fucking classic. Soundtrack entirely by the Dickies, one of the more underappreciated punk rock bands of all times. Shout out to Los Angeles.
Speaking of, have you seen Repo Man?
Yeah, of fucking course.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Classic movie.
And talk about punk rock soundtrack.
Yeah,
oh my
Repo Man is the
dude.
fucking shit.
It's one of my favorites ever.
So I think we have some good stuff.
Okay. Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Paranormal Activity 3.
Yeah.
And Kill List and finish Maximum Overdrive. Very similar combo.
Yeah.
Older cheese and newer serious.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. We appreciate your brain cells. We're gonna
thanks. Mo's girlfriend and Gavin.
Hey, yeah, we appreciate that shit. You know,
that's
thanks.
our
Hi, Mano.
Listener base. So,
yo, check it out. My girlfriend's name
what?
Is the name of the demon that they fucking resurrect in The Craft. The one that they like possess.
What's the name?
Mano.
Is she named after that?
No, she's not. No. It's just a what's it called? It's a traditional French name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to name my future daughter, after Alabama from True Romance.
Oh, that's tight.
This has been a long
super
time.
tight.
Yeah, Alabama.
I'm okay.
Alabama Worley.
Hell yeah.
So,
all right.
Cool. All right.
Later, guys.
Bye.